Hello and welcome back to the Crypto Report. I am Crypto Kip and we got a lot of great stories coming at you today. Grayscale threatens legal action against the SEC if they don't approve an ETF. You also got Rio de Janeiro looking to allow you to spend your dinero in the form of cryptocurrency on your real estate taxes. You also do have FOMO happening in Ethereum in a big way. Let's talk about it, guys. Remember to smash up the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We have these coming to you daily. Make sure you guys are turning on your notifications so that you stay up to date with all our newest and latest content. All right, guys, let's hop into the charts for the day and see what's happening in the crypto markets. So, coin market cap is showing a market cap of $2.1 trillion here. You got a 24-hour volume spiking up even further at $120 billion in volume for the day. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 42.2%, still floating right around that 42% level, which has been pretty darn consistent. Ethereum, though, FOMO, 19.1%. ETH gas fees floating around 45 way. So Ethereum is pumping up. It is gaining traction again. As we are getting closer to Ethereum 2.0, which we're hoping comes out later this year. We'll see how it plays out. A couple of the trending tokens for the day. We are looking at STEPN coin. Never heard of it. Stargate Finance and Polka Bridge, which I assume would be a bridge for Polkadot, I guess. But let's look at the big movers for the day and some of the top projects. So here's some of the big movers. I mean, whoa, 2,000% pump, Pyro Block. You know, be careful with these guys. These are generally pump and dumps. We really don't want to be investing in these unless we're doing our due diligence and research. And in general, I like to invest for the long term. That's the best way to do crypto. And if you're investing in the long term, I like sticking to my, top projects. You got Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the likes of them. I like to stay in the top 50 coins. You can go all the way down. And you can see Helium is number 50. Helium's a good project. You can get a miner. It helps basically distribute internet in cities and metropolises. So that's a cool project. And I can tell you a lot about a lot of these projects. This is a DeFi program built on Ethereum. So there's a lot of really cool projects in here that you can pick from. Theta is for streaming. ApeCoin, we did a video on ApeCoin. Make sure you check out our most recent videos on ApeCoin. But stick to the big boys if you can, guys. And if you want to take a moonshot on some of these, oh my gosh, Will Smith Inu, look at that. If you want to take a shot on some of those, I recommend, first of all, doing your research. Second of all, don't put too much money in those projects. Let's take a look at Bitcoin for the day. We are looking at a pump the last 7 days of 11.63%. It is stagnant for the day, though. We had a pump from 44,000 all the way up, touched 48,000, and we're floating right around that $46,900 to $48,000 price level right now. Ethereum sitting above 3,400, which is unbelievable. Huge pump over the last 7 days at 13.93%. It's up 2% even on the day, almost at 1.6%. A lot of money moving in to Ethereum right now, which is awesome to see. It has the network effect. It is the biggest smart contract play. Do not miss out on Ethereum, guys. I know there's a lot of competitors out there that you love, like Cardano and Solana and Terra Luna, wow, Terra Luna surpassed Solana, which is amazing. So there are a lot, and I'm not saying these aren't good projects. I had a family member recently invest in Cardano, and he made a killing, which is awesome, and I cheer everybody on. I have had Cardano exposure. I will have Cardano exposure. I do have just a touch right now. But you got to keep in mind, I like to play with the winners. And if it's top 10 project, it is a winner. But Ethereum has the network effect. They're moving forward with Ethereum 2.0. At this point, the only thing in my mind that would allow Ethereum to slip from the second largest cryptocurrency is a big mistake that the developers make. And we'll see if that happens or if it doesn't. But in the meantime, you're looking at $409 billion in market cap versus the next biggest smart contract play, which is $40 billion. So it's literally 10x smaller Cardano is than Ethereum, to give you an idea. Binance, you could consider a smart contract play. They have Binance Smart Chain, but technically it's not. That's an exchange token in my category. But let's take a glance here at Bitcoin specifically, and let's look at the charts we have going on right now. So again, we did draw, these are the daily candles. We drew a couple lines here, and you can kind of see that this was a wedge that was closing down. I was expecting it to maybe hit this point, and it kind of didn't. I mean, we were bouncing from about 35,000 up to 46, kind of back down to 36, up to 45, and then back down. So kind of doing this game, and then we broke out. And we drew this rectangle here because we can see that this was a spot that it really liked to play with. It bounced off, broke through, bounced off this level quite a few times, and especially at the top of this. And we broke out, and I'm really excited to see it break out. Now, we might see some resistance right from the volume that's happening in these areas as well. So let's see what happens with some of this action now, because we're kind of moving. We're trying to find new spots to where this might be going. And you could be seeing some potential stalled out price momentum at the top of this box, potentially in here a little bit. But we are looking for a breakout to about 51, 52,000. So be on the lookout for that, guys. And make sure that if you are leverage trading, first of all, you're taking advantage of the links in the description down below, but you are setting a stop loss and being very vigilant in making sure that you're checking the price and being safe. Ethereum is sitting above $3,400 for the day. We drew a couple lines here. I don't know if this is going to be something we're going to see. You know, this was an awesome time. Is this a similar thing? Are we going to see this pump up here? We might. We might see Ethereum bounce off the top of this rectangle and come back up. We might see it bounce off the top of this line, come back up. We might see it hit the bottom of this rectangle. You never know. This could be a fake out. The Bitcoin conference is coming up next week, guys. And as we all know, Bitcoin is the king of crypto, and it will determine what happens with all the noble crypto soldiers and all the other coins underneath it. But the Bitcoin conference is big news that's coming up. So we're going to have to keep an eye on these markets and see what happens in the coming week or two. The conference, again, is from April 6th, I believe, to the 9th. So be on the lookout for movement pending, that conference. Big story for the day. Grayscale threatens legal action if the SEC rejects Bitcoin ETF conversion bid. They have been trying to get an ETF approved for Bitcoin for years now. And the SEC is really holding it up, and it's kind of interesting. The SEC's really kind of been a not so silent enemy of crypto in a sense. I know you XRP holders, smash up the like button if you love XRP. You're having some issues with the SEC. We're still kind of waiting to see back and forth what's happening with Ripple and the SEC. Well, Grayscale's been battling the SEC too, and they're getting sick of it, and they are looking to potentially press legal action. Because at this point, the world's largest digital currency asset manager first filed to convert his flagship trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF almost a year ago. And they've tried to do it several times since. And they are struggling to understand, and so am I, frankly, why would the SEC not allow this to happen? You got countries adopting it. You have Salvador that has adopted cryptocurrency. You have Ukraine that's considering adopting it. You have Russia, which that's a little controversial, but they're looking at accepting payments in cryptocurrency. You've got a lot of Latin American countries starting to adopt cryptocurrency further and further and further. The crypto exchanges and these exchange tokens are promoting themselves on Super Bowl and all the likes of it, right? Why can't we approve a Bitcoin ETF? There are other ETFs across the world, just not in the US. So there's no US ETF yet. I believe there's a Canadian Bitcoin ETF, but we want one in the US, and Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is trying to do that. I did invest a little bit of my IRA, my Roth, into Grayscale Bitcoin Trust at one point, and it's been getting crushed, to be honest with you, just like any Bitcoin related play in the traditional market kind of has. But they are getting increasingly frustrated. So here's a quote. The Grayscale team has been putting the full resources of our firm behind converting GBTC, our flagship fund, into an ETF. It's really important that investors know we will continue to advocate for them. This is something that they're trying to do. Here's another one. This is really, really important part of the process. GBTC is owned by investors in all 50 states, and now there are actually over 800,000 accounts in the U.S., all waiting patiently to have it converted into ETF, myself included. And the question is, what's the holdup here? The SEC is getting an increasing amount of scrutiny, and recently with Biden's executive order to tell all our regulatory entities like the SEC and the Fed and the likes of them to start looking at frameworks for cryptocurrency, this story is a little bit more relevant even today because we're kind of waiting to determine what our government's going to do. Britain's coming out with some news on how they're going to start regulating stablecoins and cryptocurrency. So we're seeing a lot of this conversation ramp up in the mainstream, and we're waiting to see what happens. Another great story from CoinDesk: Rio de Janeiro allows real estate tax payments with crypto as of 2023. So next year, the mayor is stating that they're going to allow people to pay for their real estate tax in crypto, which is just another form of adoption. You got Coinbase trying to strike up a deal in Latin America. You got Binance trying to buy up banks in Brazil. You got Crypto.com sponsoring the World Cup. This is making its way across the world, guys. And here's just another example. We talk about all our states trying to adopt cryptocurrency. Well, there's countries and there's mayors around the globe that are trying to adopt cryptocurrency. This is huge. Here's a quote: "Our effort here is to make it clear that the city of Rio will have official initiatives that recognize this market." Rio de Janeiro Mayor Eduardo Paes in a statement now adding, "Now those who invest in cryptocurrency and live in the city of Rio will be able to spend this asset here, paying official tax in the city of Rio, and we're going to move on this fast," which, government's fast 2023. So be on the lookout, guys. In January, Paes also stated, I didn't see this one, the city plans to allocate 1% of its treasury reserves to cryptocurrencies, which is huge. Michael Saylor did this. He was one of the first movers, and he has been setting, I wonder if he's still doing his comment. We're going to look into that. Now, he's been trying to promote Bitcoin, and he showed that it's awesome because we're dealing with inflation, guys. We're trying to protect our value. And Michael Saylor, who is one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, came out and made an aggressive move with billions of dollars, and he has hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin, I think maybe 100,000 Bitcoin. And he came out and he suggests that people start looking at putting part of their treasury and putting part of their bankroll, in cryptocurrencies. Companies taking some of their cash reserves and putting it in crypto because inflation's horrible. I keep saying it, but since 1950, the dollar has decreased in value by 90%, which is tragic. Another great story for the day, though. Ethereum is approaching the merge, and crypto investors are having major FOMO. As you can see, Yahoo Finance always reporting on crypto. They do a great job, but we are hitting peak levels here. We just went up from about $3,900 all the way to $2,900 all the way up to $3,400. So we are seeing a climb here, and we are seeing the markets take a turn up. A lot of the altcoins have pumped into double digits lately, and we are potentially seeing a resumption of the bull market. And, this has been really a year of accumulation thus far. But we are currently, and here's another one, boom, CNBC officially, Bitcoin surges above 48,000 turns positive for 2022. Just the other day, we finally turned positive. Cryptocurrency is green for 2022 officially. Do we think that we're going to see this continuation? I personally am bullish. Let me know what you guys think in the chat down below. But I really do believe that we're going up. With all these stories that I'm going to continue to bring to you guys, we want to make sure that we're analyzing what's going to happen with these markets. Now, I'm not saying that the market can't turn down in a flash. One world event could change this market in a flash. Government regulation could come in. It could make a bullish story, or it could make a very bearish story. So we always got to keep that in mind. But, don't invest more than you're willing to lose, guys. Make sure that you're in it with a long-term mentality. Don't get greedy. Pigs get fat. Hogs get slaughtered, guys. All right, you know what? I'm going to leave it at that for the day. Make sure you smash up the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm Crypto Kip, This is the Crypto Report. And remember, DCA, HODL, and we'll see you in the next one.